Hi, I'm Sean from Paessler, and in this video I'm going to show you the basic map functionality of PRTG. I'll show you how to create a map, how to use the various icons to represent the groups and devices of PRTG, and finally, how to publish the map. So to get started, go to the PRTG web interface, hover on the Maps option, and select Add Map. And this will take you to the Add Map step, where we can give the map a name, we can define a size, background images, and also the public access for the map. The name of the map I will very cleverly call Network Diagram, and as the map size, I'll give it a size of 1024 by 768. Here I can select a background image if I want. I'm going to select the PRTG network monitor logo. And you can also define public access. There are three ways that you can share the map at a later point. You can either say no public access, and that means that users need to be logged on to PRTG to be able to see the map. Or you can allow public access where all users can view the map and all its functionality by using a unique URL. Or you can allow public access but disable all the links, and that is also visible through a unique URL. For this example, I'm going to select the Allow Public Access option there, and then you click on Create Map. This takes us to the Map Designer screen, where you can see there are three areas here. This is the device tree with groups and devices straight out of our PRTG installation. The middle area is the map grid, where we will actually design our map. And all the way on the right are the various icons grouped by category that we will use to represent the groups and devices of PRTG in our map. So let's get started. I'm going to use the probe device as a starting point. And as you can see, I just clicked on it and dragged it into the map grid. What you'll immediately notice is there's already a default icon associated with it. And this is what we call a dynamic icon, because I can see the number of sensors attached and the various states of the sensors. If I wanted to change the look of this icon, I have on the right hand side I can select various options, and the way that I apply a different icon to the device is I click over here and I drag the icon over to the device, and then you can see it updates with the new icon that I've selected. Just to talk a little bit about the icons, we have two kinds of icons. I already mentioned the dynamic icon. This is where we get real-time information from the PRTG installation on the number of sensors and the states that they're in. But we also have something called static icons. If I click on a static icon and drag it here, you'll see that it's just for illustrative purposes. There's no dynamic information associated with it. So for this demonstration, I'm going to stick with the default icon that we originally had. So now that we've started creating our map, we need to create we need to add a few more devices. So let's have a look at what we have here. I'm going to add a firewall. In this example, we'll just take the Sonic Wall firewall. I also want to add a server, and I'll use this PowerEdge server here and drag it onto the thing. What we also need to do, of course, is give them icons. For the firewall, there's a good firewall icon if I scroll down here. I'm going to take this one for the firewall, and for the server I'm going to select, let's say, this icon. What you'll notice, there are other options that you can do when you can add some properties to the icons. We're not going to talk about that right now, but just so that you know, there's some additional things that you can do with the icons. What else do we need? We can also add, let's add some storage devices to our network diagram. Let's add our Lenovo to the diagram. And we'll give it, let's have a look for a good storage device icon. And what else? Maybe a QNAP storage device. We'll add that over there and add an icon to it. So there's the basis of our map that we're going to be creating. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit before we continue. Oh, you know, I've actually forgotten something. I think we should add a switch to this diagram. Just a second. There we go. Let's add a switch to the diagram. In this example, I'm going to take the Cisco switch here and add it to the diagram. And there we can give it a whatever icon we want to give it. Let's say this one here. Right, so there we have our switch, our firewall, and then various devices on the network. Just to clean it up a bit, I'm going to move that down there. Move some of these across. And now what you can do is use the connector tool to connect the different devices to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect each of these devices to the switch. And the way you do it is there's a small dot on the left of the icons. Hold your cursor there and then click and drag it into the device that you're connecting to. I'm going to do that for each of these. And then finally, I'm going to connect my switch to my firewall. And essentially, there I have our basic network diagram that we wanted to create. Now, what we want to do is have a look at what the map is going to look like when we publish it. And to do that, I click on the View Map tab. And there you go. You can have a look and see exactly what it's going to look like. And at this point, if I'm happy with with my map, which I am, I click on Get HTML. And now I have various options of how I can share this map. Option 1 is link to a web page that requires login credentials, or we can link to a web page that displays a map without a login. This is the public access that we selected earlier. If you hadn't selected public access earlier, you would have to change the settings now. And you can see you can do that. There's a link to the public access setting to be able to adjust that privacy setting. Or option 3, we have the option to use an iframe to embed the map. For this option, we're going to copy that URL and we would then share it with any of the users that need to see the map. You can also, if you wanted to, change some of the various settings. There's several settings that are available to you, things like background color. You can change the background image at any time. So the options are there if you want to change anything. And that's it. That's how we create and share maps.
If you find this video helpful, feel free to like it and consider watching our other videos on our channel. If you still have questions, please contact support@paessler.com. And always feel free to comment for feedback or suggestions for other topics. Thank you.